What's going on, guys? TalkNorwichCity here, back for another episode of Norwich City News Daily. I hope you guys are all doing fantastically well. First of all, I do want to apologise for the slight lack of content over the last week or so. I've been mega busy at work, BBC Radio Norfolk, so tune into that. Let's boost the listening figures on BBC Radio Norfolk. I've been doing the sport bulletins on there, obviously. But yeah, it just means that I've had a bit less time to devote to Talk Norwich City. But the next couple of weeks is going to be hectic. Pre-season starts very soon. I'm super excited to hopefully get out to Germany and cover some of that for you guys. And then, well, the season gets underway. And the main bit of this video really is, of course, the fixtures have been announced. They were announced yesterday. But I want to get into a few stories before that. Well, let me just cut into this video. Slight change of scenery. We're now in Chapelfield Gardens. But I've recorded this video you're now watching super early this morning, so I hadn't seen the Jacob Murphy news at that point, and of course it's big news, so I wanted to cover it. Jacob Murphy being linked to the move away, a few Premier League clubs apparently sniffing about, the Mirror reported it, and you know, there's some decent sources that I've spoken to that have said there is something in this one. So how do I stand on it? Well, Jacob Murphy's doing fantastically well for England under-21s in the European Championships, grabbed the assist, played from right back, and done very well in the first game as well against Sweden. So there's obviously going to be interest in him, and I think there's going to be interest in all of our players, and I think it's probably only time until Alex Pritchard's linked to the move away as well. Jacob Murphy and Josh, both bright lads, they probably know could both get moves to Premier League clubs if they wanted to, and they probably both know that they could get more money if they wanted to. But would they be playing week in, week out at the likes of Stoke, at the likes of Crystal Palace, at the likes of Watford, the teams that are apparently interested in him? I'm not so sure. I don't think they're good enough yet, and I think they probably know that, and for their development's sake, and I think that for their career's sake, it would be best for them to stay at Norwich. Yes, they might be on £10,000 a week less, but to be honest, does it really matter for them at this stage in their career? They've both said on countless times that they just want to be playing game time, and they're going to be getting game time at Norwich City next season, and they could be an integral part at Norwich City next season. My only worry, their agency, Rio Ferdinand and his team lead that, they're obviously going to want their 10% cut in anything, so he might be pushing for a move for Jacob Murphy to move away, but I wouldn't read in it too much at the moment. And of course, we're probably going to listen to offers as well, because we're not in the best financial place. I don't think we're in a terrible position, but if someone comes in for £15 million for Jacob Murphy, then we're obviously not going to turn it down. So that's my take on it. Let me know your thoughts on Jacob Murphy, and let's resume with the normal video. Let's start with Declan Rudd. He's gone to Preston. It was fairly kind of obvious, wasn't it, when we brought Angus Gunn in, that Declan Rudd was going to be leaving, and Preston seemed the obvious club he was going to be going to. Actually made more league appearances in 2 seasons at Preston on loan than he did in his 10 years at Norwich City. Made 33 league appearances at Norwich City over the 10 years. He made his debut back in 2009. Made 60 league appearances for Preston, and is held very sort of highly there. So that was the obvious choice. He's gone there, and best of luck to Declan Rudd. It is a bit of a shame that it never worked out for Declan Rudd, but at the end of the day, I feel you've got to look at it this way. He had, what, 5, 6 managers that he worked under. None of them thought he was good enough. He had that kind of brief spell in the Premier League where he was okay, he wasn't great, and for the rest of the time was pretty much number 2 to John Ruddy. So yes, it is a shame that it never worked out for Declan Rudd. I think that's more of a sentimental kind of thing, though, more than anything. He's now gone to Preston. It was a move that he needed more than anything. He didn't want to be stuck at Norwich his whole life, but I would have thought that he would have thought that this was going to be his season. And then when Angus Gunn in, then that just ruined it all, basically. But I'm happy that we've got Angus in, and I'm happy that Declan Rudd has got the move, and we've pocketed £1 million for it. So good stuff all round. Best of luck to Dec, though. The other stories, of course, Jacob Murphy absolutely ripping it up for the England under-21s, and great to see his development just improving. He scored against Slovakia under-21. Oh, sorry, he got the assist against Slovakia under-21s for Alfie Mawson's equaliser, and then the man we all love so much, Nathan Redmond, former Norwich City player, of course, went and scored the winner. So Jacob Murphy doing absolutely brilliant. England under-21s have got a game tonight against Poland that they need to win if they want to qualify through their group. So best of luck to them, and best of luck to Jacob Murphy. And I did see Josh, I think, went out there for a couple of days to watch Jacob, and Brian Gunn and his family went out to watch Angus, and of course Jacob as well. So great to see people over there Now, let's get into the thing you probably all want to hear me talk about, is the fixtures. Now, they were announced, and, well, there's a few talking points that have certainly been raised. Fulham on the opening game of the season. Haven't beaten Fulham at Craven Cottage since 1986, and Craven Cottage is the destination for us on the 5th of August. I cannot wait for the season to get started. I really can't. This is one of the seasons I'm most looking forward to. At the start of every season, I'm really excited, but this feels a bit different. This feels a bit special. So Fulham gets us underway. Then we've got a nice little League Cup game, or the Carabao Cup, against Swindon at home. I do always like them kind of really early rounds of the League Cup. There's something I like. It's early on in the season. You're still craving football at every opportunity. You want to go to the under-21s. You want to go to the under-18s. You want to go to the League Cup matches. You just want to do everything because you're hungry and you haven't been let down by Norwich City yet. So Swindon's up next. I'm really excited for that one. And then it's a tough first month. It really is. We've got Sunderland at home and QPR at home. That's going to be interesting to see what we're like up against Sunderland. Obviously, they were relegated last season. They're not in the greatest of places at the moment. The Aberdeen boss rejected them. And then Villa away and Millwall at home. Villa away, we haven't won there since 1993. So that's a tough first month. And then fairly average games. Middlesbrough away on a Tuesday night. That is going to be a hell of a trek. I've said to a few people that I want to try and do all of the games this season. I said that at the start of last season. It never normally happens. But I think I might be put off on Tuesday the 26th of September when you've got to make the 500-mile round trip to Middlesbrough on a Tuesday night. You probably won't get home until about 6:30 the following morning. So that is a bit annoying. We've also got Sunderland away on a Tuesday night. So the EFL have properly screwed us over there. Much like last season when we had Leeds away on a Tuesday night. Admittedly, that was in the League Cup. Huddersfield away on a Tuesday night. Newcastle away on a Tuesday night. So that wasn't ideal. Ipswich at Portman Road on the 21st of October. So we've got them fairly early doors, which is always good to get that out of the way. The game before my birthday, the day before, is Cardiff away. Happy birthday to me on that one. Boxing Day, Birmingham at home, Birmingham away, sorry. And then New Year's Day, we've got Millwall at home. So that's going to be a nice little one. We should be beating Millwall at home on New Year's Day. Birmingham might still be under Harry Redknapp on the 26th of December. However, I don't think so. I don't think it's going to go too well for him there. I think he's trying his best to bankrupt the club at the moment. Ipswich at home at Carrow Road on the 17th of February. So we're getting them games out of the way fairly early doors, as I said. And then the run-in is also fairly tough. Cardiff at home, Preston away, Leeds at home, Sheffield Wednesday away. So we're going to be ending the season at Hillsborough. Hopefully ending the season lifting the trophy. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? But all in all, it's always an exciting day, isn't it? Fixture release day. I was buzzing to see what kind of games we had yesterday, and I've looked through it, and yeah, it's all right, I guess. It's hard to kind of examine everything because there's a lot to do and a lot of games to look at. Of course, we're going to have the FA Cup draws. That I'm sure the Ipswich game is going to be changed for TV and policing and stuff like that. So it's not finalised just yet, but it's nice to see the layout, and it's nice to be able to start sort of planning away trips with your mates and where you're going to stay and how you're going to get there and everything. It's just that nice little fix that we need to keep us going through the summer and keep us sane. Anyway, let me know what you think on the fixtures. Let me know if you've been watching the England under-21s, and if so, how has Jacob Murphy been looking? I think he's been great. I've watched both of them games. And also Declan Rudd. He's sad to see him go, or you're not too fussed. Let me know. Hit subscribe, hit like. Also, go and check out this week's podcast that we filmed with Simon Cheeseman. Go and check that one out. It's a really good episode. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you very soon. Peace out.